Hey class, so this video is all about the significance of a lot of points on this graph. Now the previous two videos were about why marginal revenue is less than demand, and the last video is all about how to kind of draw this graph. Now we're learning about the most significance. So we kind of see here this firm is making a profit. Could be some sort of imperfectly competitive firm, could be a single price monopolist, it could be a oligopoly or perfect competition. Wherever they're at right now, they're profit maximizing quantity, and this green area then shows us the profit. All right. So I'm going through all these different points up here and kind of follow along. A lot of the same rules kind of apply from perfect competition back now to imperfect competition. So profit maximizing, probably the most important and easiest things to remember. Profit maximizing where MR equals MC. Now all this is being able to tell us is the quantity that they're going to be producing at. And that's it, just the quantity. And that's going to be at this point. So profit maximizing. So you meet the unit of 3 where MR and MC meet. Now at that quantity, we need to know a few different things. At that quantity, where do we get our average revenue and our average costs? Now we see our average revenue is going to be up here and our average cost is going to be at that point. Okay, that should be set. The difference between that should be our profit. If ATC is above, we know we're going to be running some sort of a loss. Now, what we're starting moving into is a lot of these other kind of points up here. Now, it's possible sometimes that governments might want to regulate a monopoly. Now, they will never try to do make monopolies pay taxes. By paying taxes, the MC curve is shifting to the left, and that's causing less quantity produced and at a higher price, and that's not what the government wants. The government wants the monopoly to produce at lower price and a greater quantity. So usually some of these points they're talking about might be at the socially optimal level. That's going to be at this point. Socially optimal. Now that's also known as allocatively efficient. Now that is where both supply and demand meet. So this is an individual firm, we don't really have a supply curve, kind of based upon our demand. They're kind of constricted by that. But really we see our supply curve acting as our marginal cost curve. They're making a lot of their decisions based upon the marginal cost of production. That's how they're making their production decisions. Where supply and demand meet, that's a socially optimal or allocatively efficient point. So the government might try to set a price ceiling. Hey, you can't charge a price greater than that amount. Another possible way they want to try to regulate this monopoly to try to lower the price or to increase the quantity is at the break-even price. So this is going to be the point where there's going to be zero profit. Now we know profit is revenue and costs, so it's going to be where revenue equals costs, meaning zero profit. So revenue being our average revenue, count our total revenue from that, and our average costs, that's going to be where ATC equals our demand. This is our break-even point. Break even, sorry. Break even. Break even point going to be where ATC equals demand. All right, break even there. There's kind of a few other fairly significant points up here. One of them is going to be the productively efficient point. Now we have allocative efficiency, kind of where how goods and services are distributed, how they're produced, is enough being bought up, there's no sort of access, anything like that. So that's our socially optimal allocative efficiency. Now productive efficiency is not looking at any sort of revenue, it's just looking at the production process, producing our products efficiently. And are we producing it at the lowest average cost? So really that's just where ATC equals our MC. The lowest average cost is productively efficient. So we have productive efficiency at that point, where minimum ATC is. Now the last kind of big point to know is where's revenue maximized? Since marginal revenue measures the change of total revenue, we know that total revenue is still going up at all these quantities until this point. If marginal revenue is 0.1, we know total revenue is going up by 0.1. Once marginal revenue becomes a negative number, then we know the total revenue is going down. But all quantities until this point, that is where we have revenue maximizing. or revenue is going up. So this is, I'll do it as revenue max going to be at that quantity. Now the reason why I mentioned this and why it's kind of significant is because any quantity less than this, we know that the demand curve is in the elastic range. Now, if you remember back from a few units ago learning about the total revenue test, if price goes down and total revenue goes up, it's going to be in the elastic range. So here, the price is going down. We know that the total revenue is going up all the way until this quantity. Now, the total revenue then goes down as price continues to go down, anything past this. Revenue maximizing. So here, price going down, total revenue going up, and then as price continues to go down, total revenue is going down. So we know total revenue test, anything to the left of this point, any quantity less, we're going to have elastic demand. Any quantity to the right is going to be inelastic demand. So know all these different points and the significance, what kind of information we can tell from that, and be able to piece it all together. That's all.